On one hand, you've got traveling the world, doing all the things you wanted to do, spending all of your money on a beach and partying, creating great memories but having no money at the end of it. On the other hand, you've got saving all your money, putting it aside for the future for a rainy day or as an investment, and potentially never doing the things you really wanted to do. Now, the way I see it, these are two extremes, and I think the truth can be somewhere in the middle. If you have the opportunity to, then why not have both? Good morning guys, and welcome back to the Creative Money channel. My name is Jordan Simons and I've been traveling the world continuously for the past 5 years, and on this channel I want to show you how you can too. Before this video begins, I just want to say it would mean a lot and it would be really helpful if you could just drop below and like that button and leave a comment. I hate saying it, I know everyone hates hearing it, but it really does help push this video into the algorithm so more people can see it, and this is a new channel, so if you can do that, then we can build this channel together. Let's jump into the video. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first went traveling, when I first saved up an amount of money and decided to go away backpacking, I had the idea that, okay, I've saved up this amount and I'm eventually gonna spend it all and I'm gonna keep traveling until I ran out of money. It was only a few years later that I started thinking, well, why don't I change that approach? And it was after reading The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Why don't I change that approach and instead try and generate money while traveling, so then I don't have to run out and I can continue either traveling or turn it into a full-time career. And this is where I first started thinking about, well, you don't have to choose between traveling full-time and having financial security. There is a middle ground to be able to have both. And part of what I want to do on this channel is show you the ways that you can do that. I'm just going to give a sort of high-level view in this video of the different ways that you can achieve both being able to travel continuously and having long-term financial security. So number one is building a passive income. And I'm sure you've heard so much about passive income on the internet and on YouTube over the past few years. And I think it does get a little bit of a bad reputation. Well, actually no, it's got a good reputation, but I think some people misunderstand what it means. Because having a passive income isn't working for 4 hours once and then having $10,000 a month for the rest of your life. And some online gurus will position it as that, but it's not that simple and it's not that straightforward, and you shouldn't think about it in that way. What it means is working up front for a period of time and often working quite hard towards something, so then you will generate an income from that for years afterwards. And there's no set amount of time on how long that period will be, and often it will still require maintenance. But if you do a bunch of work up front, you can then make that work for you in the long run by building a passive income. I prefer saying recurring income because it's not passive, or most things you do with passive income aren't completely passive. There's always some sort of maintenance or work you have to do in the background to keep it going. And I'll do other videos on the things you can do to create passive incomes. For myself, it's YouTube videos which pay ad revenue, affiliate marketing, licensing video clips, stock footage, other things, merchandise, products. But each of these has a different degree of work involved in the background to keep it going. Number two in this high-level view is investing for the future. Making your money work for you. I think when people first think about investing and pensions and putting money away, it sounds kind of boring, especially when you have the mindset of, I want to go travel the world, I want to go do cool things, and I want to spend my money right now on creating memories and doing things rather than putting it into a bank account which I can't touch until I'm 60. But I think you need to try and change your point of view on this, because the way I see it is, if you're earning some money, if you have some money coming in from passive income, from working online, from making money while you travel, and I know that's the first goal, but let's say once you achieve that, then there's a good chance that you can live off of, let's say, 90% of the money you're earning, and then you could put away 10% for when you decide to stop traveling or for when a rainy day happens. Like right now, we are in this once in 100-year event, the coronavirus putting the whole world into lockdown. And there'll be some people that will be in bad positions because of that, because they didn't put savings away. And if you can put away 10% into something, into an investment that can then make you money in the future, then maybe it's a good decision to make. It's most likely that even if you feel you can't, then you can actually live off 90% of your income and put away that extra 10% to make money for you in the long term. Now again, I'm going to be going into different ways that I am doing this personally and how I've been doing it for the past couple of years. But right now it's just sort of a high level view of start thinking about how you can put some aside and how you can earn interest on the money you put inside besides just putting it into a savings account. So I'm talking about things like stocks, ETFs, LISA, ISA, pension contributions, which again sounds very boring, but if you can get free money on your money, which you can with certain government schemes, depending on what country you're from, then it might be worth it. Number 3 is cutting out unnecessary subscriptions and things you pay for. When you're working and when you're in a full-time job, and I remember doing this myself, it's easy to rack up subscriptions that you don't necessarily need because it gives you a slightly higher perceived quality of life if you're receiving nice things to your door and if you have this online subscription, but you don't necessarily need it. And I'm not saying to cut out all subscriptions that some people will tell you to. If you use Spotify and you like using it, then continue using it. If you use Netflix and you like using it, then continue using it. But maybe if you've got a expensive, I don't know, £15 Graze box or veg box coming to your door every week, that might not be so necessary, but it depends on your own self. All I'm saying is there probably is some subscriptions, or there probably are some subscriptions that you can cut out and that will give you more money in your pocket each month. It's one of the first things that I did before I went away to travel full time, because I figured if I can cut out the subscriptions, if I can cut out my expenditure and the money going out of my account and increase the money coming into my account, well then that's the first step to being able to travel continuously and to be able to make my income work for me. Because if you've got more money going out of your account than you have coming in, obviously that's not going to work. Number 4, staying flexible. This is more specifically related to if you're traveling continuously rather than if you're just working from where you live and building a passive income online. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm relating it to being flexible with your travel bookings, your flights, and your hotels. You can get some crazy discounts on flights and hotels if you're very flexible with when you're going and when you're staying. And if you choose to stay longer in a place, you can also get some much larger discounts than if you travel for a short period of time. Now, I think if you're going to travel somewhere for a month, then it's far, far cheaper than traveling somewhere for a week. Averaged out, of course. You probably spend more in the month than you would in a week, but the amount you spend in a week, if you times that by 4, it's a lot more than you would spend in a month. There are websites you can go to see really cheap flight deals like Secret Flying. I'll put another couple in the description below. And just flight comparison sites as well that you can really find cheap deals depending on if you are flexible for when you travel. And that also ties more generally into just being more flexible with your budgeting. If you can spend less on certain things, then you're going to have more set aside to invest, and you're also going to have more set aside to do the things that you really want to do by avoiding spending silly amounts on unnecessary things. And lastly, number 5 is another boring one, but probably the most important one. Never stop learning. Financial advice and budgeting and managing your own finances and learning how to make money work for you is something we are never taught. It's something we're never taught in school, and it's something you have to go out of your way to learn more about. And it may seem boring at first glance because I mean it's like accounting and finance and economics. I know that can seem quite daunting to people, and it can seem like it's just numbers, and some people don't like numbers, and it can seem like it's a boring thing to learn, but it's also one of the most valuable things that you can ever learn. So I think just setting aside some time to learn about investing, learn about ETFs, learn about how managing your financial future can be one of the best things that you'll ever do, because you're going to be in this same situation with financial security for the next 50 years or however long you're going to continue working, and then however long you're going to be retired as well. So if you can really understand the basics of what you need to do, then it will be the most valuable, literally, thing you ever learn. And with that, I'm going to finish it there and just say thank you for watching this first video and this sort of overall general video about long-term travel versus financial security. And these videos are going to be coming thick and fast, so I hope you enjoy them, and let me know in the comments what you thought. Within this channel, I want to be learning with you as well, so I'm going to be trying some things that I haven't necessarily tried on YouTube before, and also I'm going to be showing you how I'm growing my own portfolio and how I'm growing my own passive income. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to be completely transparent, and you'll get to see how I'm doing it, and then we can do it together. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.